Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and I'm here today with Chase, and today we are going to be...
No, we should keep that.
Hey guys, I'm back here with another video, and today I'm here with Chase, and today we are going to be talking about the NHL and what our playoff predictions are. So without further ado, we're going to get straight into it. Okay guys, so the first series we're going to be doing is the Nashville Predators versus the Colorado Avalanche. So I think this series is actually going to be a sweep for Nashville. I'm going 4-0 Nashville. What about you, Chase?
Well, I think it's going to go 4-2 for Nashville, actually, guys. I think Nashville, the star of this one, is actually going to be... Dun dun dun. Pekka Rinne, the goalie for Nashville.
So I think Nashville is just a much better team in general. Honestly, I think Colorado sucks. They got lucky to be in the playoffs.
No, he just hates Colorado.
Okay, so the next series is the Winnipeg Jets versus the Minnesota Wild, and I think this one is going to go 4-1 for the Winnipeg Jets. I think they're a much better team overall. They've got way better prospects, and yeah.
4-0 Jets.
You're going with the sweep for the Jets?
Yeah.
I think that the Jets are just a much better team, and the Wild, they always choke in the playoffs. If you notice the last 3 years, I think they've lost in the first round and pretty bad. So the Jets are going to dominate this series, I think.
I think the Jets will win because they've got a nice young team, and they've had a really solid year from Connor Hellebuck. But I think the star of this series is going to be Patrick Laine. I think he's going to have the most goals too.
I don't like Patrick Laine.
Neither do I, but I think he's close.
Yeah, he's one of those players that I hate, but he's good still. I don't like him. Okay, so the next series is going to be the Vegas Golden Knights versus the Los Angeles Kings. Fleury? Yeah. No. Well, Fleury, Chase's favorite goalie, is going to lose in this series, I think. I think this is going to be 4-2 Kings.
The only reason you're doing this is because the Kings are one of your favorite teams. That's the only reason you're doing that, Noah.
I think that the Kings also have... The Kings have really good playoff experience, and they have a really good team. Anze Kopitar is going to be good in this series.
So, okay, I think Vegas is going to win the series 4-2 because they've got a really good team. They've surprised so many people this year. They've got the best goaltender in the league by far.
That's arguable.
He's had a really good season, and personally, I think it should be Pittsburgh versus Vegas in the Stanley Cup.
No, that's not going to happen. So the next series we have is the Anaheim Ducks versus the San Jose Sharks. I think this series is going to go into Game 7, and the Ducks are going to win it.
Personally, I think this is going to go to Game 7 too. I think it's going to come down to overtime, and I think that Brent Burns is going to be the star of this series, and San Jose coming out on top.
Okay, and I think that Anaheim is going to win this because I feel like they've got it in them. They're the Mighty Ducks.
I feel like they have it in them.
It's some inspirational crap.
Recently, the Sharks have had really good playoffs. They made it to the Stanley Cup a couple years ago.
2 years.
2 years ago, and but they didn't win though. They lost to Pittsburgh, who are gonna win again, 3 straight. And yeah, I think their goalie's really good, and I think they've got good defense.
Okay, so that wraps up the Western Conference. Now moving on to the Eastern Conference, and
seriously, I had to add that. I was doing an outro.
No. Okay, so that wraps up the Western Conference. Now for the first one of the Eastern Conference, we have the Tampa Bay Lightning versus the New Jersey Devils.
Good day, Moy. I think I'm going to pick the Tampa Bay Lightning in this series because they've had a really good season. Nikita Kucherov is a very good player who's had a very good season. They were better at the start of the year though.
I think this series is going to be 4-1 Tampa because New Jersey, they're an okay team, but they're just carried by Taylor Hall. So Tampa Bay is a well-rounded team that I think will dominate in this series.
Okay!
You never said your amount of games.
So, the amount of games, sorry, I forgot about that. I think it's going to be like 4-1.
So the next series is the Boston Bruins versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. And I'm really hoping that Toronto wins, but sadly I don't think they will. I think it'll be a really close series, but Boston will come out on top in 7 games.
I think that Toronto's gonna win in 7 games. Yes, because I think that their team has been really good this year, but they have lost key players in situations that would have been key. Like Austin Matthews was out for a while, Frederik Andersen was out for a while. I think Nylander or Marner were out for a while. Yeah.
The next series we have is the Washington Capitals versus the Columbus Blue Jackets. This series is going to be 6 games long, and it's going to be the Washington Capitals winning it. I think this because Columbus has been on a hot streak recently, but I don't think they have the skill level to compete with the Washington Capitals.
So I think that Washington's going to win this game in a close matchup of 7 games. They're going to come out on top in overtime in 2 of the 7 games. Their star player is going to be... You guessed it, Alexander Ovechkin. I don't even know. He's not great. I don't like him that much.
Okay, so our last series is the Pittsburgh Penguins versus Philadelphia Flyers. I think this series is going to be 4-2 Pittsburgh, because they have a much higher skill level than Philadelphia, and I don't think it's going to be that difficult.
Okay, guys, so I think Pittsburgh's going to win in 5 games, 4-1, and the star of it is going to be Sidney Crosby, because they've got 3 of the top players in the NHL. Actually 4 if you count Matt Murray. Matt Murray, Phil Kessel, Evgeny Malkin, and Sidney Crosby. They're just gonna dominate.
Okay, so that moves us on to the second round of the playoffs. So for this matchup, I have Nashville-Winnipeg making it to this, and I have Nashville winning in 7 games. It's going to be a really tight series, but I just think that the Nashville Predators have better goaltending and overall a better team.
Personally, I don't like the Jets, but I think they're going to come out on top in this series and win 4-3. They've got a way better offense than Nashville, and I think that their offense will be spectacular in the playoffs, and Connor Hellebuck will hold them and get them to the next round, but then lose.
Okay, so for this series, we are split between who we think is in this series. I have the Los Angeles Kings versus the Anaheim Ducks. I'm going to have the Kings going on top in this series 4-2. And I just think that, once again, the Kings are a really good team with great playoff caliber. And Chase has the Vegas Golden Knights versus the San Jose Sharks in this series.
Which I think Vegas is going to beat the Sharks because Vegas has just better goaltending, and goaltending can take you far away, and they've proven that they can be a top team in the NHL this season.
So once again, we have different views on who's in this series. I have Tampa Bay versus Boston, which I have Boston coming on top in 6 games, because I just think that Boston is a really good team. Even though they finished behind Tampa in the standings, I think they are still much better.
Tampa Bay is going to come out on top in this because they have just amazing offense. They have Nikita Kucherov. They even have a steady defense. They have really good goaltending. They're just set all the way. I think they'll win in 6 games.
Okay, so the last one, we both have Washington-Pittsburgh in this series, and I'm going to say Washington wins in 7, because I think Washington is a really good team, and Pittsburgh won't have it in them this year.
This guy is the stupidest guy I've ever seen. He doesn't know his facts. He doesn't even watch NHL. He watches the Jets, and that's pretty much it. He watched like 1 Leafs game this whole year. He sucks. He doesn't know anything. Pittsburgh's going to beat Washington in this round. They're going to 4-2, I guarantee it. 4-2. 4-2!
In the Western Conference Final, I have the Nashville Predators versus the Los Angeles Kings. And I think that the Nashville Predators will come on top in this series in 7 games. Because I think that they are a really good team. Even though the Kings are good, the Nashville Predators are just that much better. And Chase has the Winnipeg Jets versus the Vegas Golden Knights in this series.
I think that the Vegas Golden Knights will be going to the Stanley Cup this year, because I feel like that Vegas can prove everybody wrong, and I'm hoping that they get second in the Stanley Cup because Pittsburgh's going to win, obviously.
In the Eastern Conference Final, I have Boston versus Washington, and I think this is going to be a 5-game series with Boston winning. I think Boston is a really good team this year, definitely the best in the East. Even though they didn't get the highest amount of points, I still think they are the best.
I have Pittsburgh versus Tampa Bay. Pittsburgh beat Tampa Bay last year in the East. Wait, last year? In one of the times in the last 2 years. No, it was Ottawa. Tampa Bay 2 years ago in the Stanley Cup Eastern Conference Final, I guess, and they actually beat them like 4-2. They're so good. They beat them last time. They'll beat them again. They'll win the Stanley Cup.
Okay, so now in the Stanley Cup, I have the Nashville Predators versus the Boston Bruins. And I'm going to have the Nashville Predators winning this series in 6 games. I think that the Nashville Predators are by far the best team in the NHL. And it will be a somewhat close series, but Nashville will still dominate.
Yeah, Pittsburgh going 3 straight for Stanley Cups. Yes, I have that. Because, like I said before, they've got amazing players, amazing goaltending, pretty good defense. They have it all. They are so good. They have 3 people almost in the top 10 in points. And yeah, 3 in a row, boys.
Hey guys, thanks for watching that video. If you liked it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hopefully you enjoyed the me and Chase video here. I'm going to be doing these every Thursday from now on. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Go Leafs.
And Penguins.